Let's just give a big round of applause for you guys. So, in the book, you kind of start off talking about a lot of experiences that changed you early on, right? You saw death at a very, very young age, at the age of 5, and then you were also a child who was born of rape. So how did those two things that were super, super tragic, how did that affect you growing up?
Well, my mother, she's a crazy woman. My mother, I love my mother to death, right? We had a discussion about when I put the book out, and her argument was, I didn't say that when you was a kid. She didn't say certain things she said in the book. But I told her, I felt like you said that, you know what I mean? And the things she told me when I was a kid gave me self-esteem, gave me a better self-esteem than others. I still had a high self-esteem as a kid. I just was a crazy little kid, that's all. I just was into a lot of things, and I had a crazy imagination, because I was the only child for since I was like 13 years old. Then my brother came along, and when you're an only child, all you have is your imagination. You don't have no siblings to play with.
Trust me, I get it. I'm an only child too.
Yeah, you got to
exactly
make a whole lot. Your imagination just goes crazy. So that's basically it. It didn't really have no effect on me. I just, I grew up a normal kid.
Yeah, and you also say that I think when you lose fear of something or someone, that it has no authority over you. Is there like something in particular that?
Well, that comes with all things. Everyone fears death, but in some parts of the world, there's no fear. There's no fear that dudes just running around reckless and just doing what they want to do. Occasionally, you see spurts of it on the news where people just go crazy and just lose all sense of well-being. You know what I mean? I call that the maniac syndrome. When people just spaz out for no apparent reason. And they just lose all sense of sensibility, all fear. Everything is gone. Fear of punishment, everything.
Yeah. And so, I'm really curious because when the 36 Chambers album came out, I was one year old, right?
Oh, you was brand new.
Yeah, I was like brand new out the box, like here I am, right?
Yeah.
And so how do you kind of talk to somebody of my generation and explain to them what the impact or what kind of impact Wu-Tang Clan had, on the world? Like, how do you?
It's rough, man, because little youngins, they don't care about nothing. They don't care about nothing. They'll kick your statue over. Man, fuck him. I don't care about him. They don't care. You know what I mean? So I'm a type of person, I don't talk. I show by example. You know what I mean? And I was telling RZA that we need to go on tour with little youngins and show them how we get down. You know what I mean? That's how I'm for it. I ain't gonna tell you nothing. I'm like, okay, you acting up? You want to listen? I already know you ain't gonna listen to me. So now I'm gonna show you through my actions, and you're gonna be like, oh, damn, OG, I didn't know. I'm like, oh, now you know now. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes words don't sink into the kids' heads. You got to put them out there. You got to get in the arena with them. You got to let them know the old man strength. Beat them up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but do you think that do you think that that you were the same way when you were a kid?
Yes.
So okay, so you're speaking from experience.
Yeah, I'm speaking from experience.
Yeah.
That's right. It's like I had to learn. My problem is I didn't have nobody to tell me, yo, don't do that. Don't do this. Don't do that. We was just doing it. Yeah. We just did it, and bang, you get hit. You do it, bang, you get hit again. You learn from trial and error. But now it's like the kids now, they don't even want to get taught nothing. They just think they know everything. You know what I mean? So you just got to sit back. Either they're going to fall on a knife, most likely they fall on a knife by themselves. You know what I mean? Or then they ask you for help afterwards. Yeah. Or like I said, or you can just show them by example.
Yeah. And so, something else that I want to also talk about is your walk of life and everything that you've been through it was difficult, right? Like I never had to go through the same things that you had to go through, even though, we're both African-American men.
Yeah, I grew up in a different era. So
exactly. Right.
Our era was a little more tougher.
Yeah. And so you had to sell drugs at a super young age and all this stuff. Like just kind of
that's not even a situation. Drugs don't make you tough. I grew up in an era where I'll be looking at Facebook talking about kids be getting upset over kids bullying them over Facebook. I said, bullying on Facebook? That don't make no sense to me. I'm looking at you like, what? You getting upset over? You can't even touch that person. I grew up when the bully will actually beat you up. That's the era I came from. Where bullies will give you wedgies and hold you down, take your money, chop you in your neck, constantly terrorize you every day, physically. You know what I mean? And then you had to stand up and punch him in the face. And then, then he'll leave you alone. You know what I mean? I grew up in that era. So when I hear these kids talking about they getting bullied over Facebook, I be like, huh? Y'all getting soft out here, man. It's real softy-wofty, man.
And I actually kind of want to dive into that a little bit deeper, right? Because the era that you did grow up in, it molded you, it shaped you, and it made you a lot tougher, a lot more thick-skinned. But, in America, and I think probably across the world, the black man has always looked as somebody to be feared or something to be feared, right? But do you think that it's a lot of it because of how you grew up, right? Like that aggressiveness?
It's tribal, man. It's tribal. Everybody has their own culture. You know what I mean? People don't understand something, they scared of it. We don't understand certain things, we don't fuck with it. That's just how it is, man. It has nothing to do with, I started realizing it's not really, racism. It's just tribal. To me, that's just my opinion. Everybody has their own tribe. You got the Russians, you got this, you got blacks, you got it, and everybody has their own little thing going. And that's basically it, man. It's not, I don't know, it's fear. Yeah, it is kind of fear because I don't know, I'm looking at you, I don't know what's going on with your hair is dreaded up and your pants is hanging off your ass. I don't know. That's, in our culture, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But other people look at us like we fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta just understand that.
Yeah. And then also kind of just piggybacking off of that as well. Like in the book, you talk about some really difficult circumstances, especially that happened with your son, right? He was. If you want to tell that story about kind of what happened to your son.
Well, it's in my book, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you really want to get the book is from the ages of 5 to 26. That's from the age, from when I was 5 years old to 26 years of age when I, became a full-fledged musician or certified rapper, rapper, musician, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. So, if you want to know about the situation with my son, he got shot by stray bullets. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But the mental health issues that come after that, right? You talk about in the book as well, like, within the community, African Americans, we don't talk about the mental health issues that kind of stem from that. So was music something that you instinctively just kind of thought you could take your mind off and it kind of was a therapy for you?
It's a different type of therapy, man. Whereas you got physical therapy, you go through legs get ripped or some torn, whatever. You can look good on the outside, like you can be ripped up, cut up, 6-pack and everything, but your clock up here be all off. It's mental is a totally different. It's a totally different monster, man. I had to find out it's a totally different animal. You know what I mean? I didn't know. You know what I mean? That if you was to be under pressure and go through a whole lot of things in your life and you bury it and you compress it, sooner or later your mind could snap. And I had to find out the hard way. You know what I mean? And that's a lot of issues that go on in America. Like people don't talk about this mental thing. You know what I mean? Because it's this is also a muscle too. You know what I mean? And it can go. For some apparent reason, it can. I don't know. It's a weird thing to bring.
Yeah. Did you go see therapy? I mean, like a therapist or anything afterwards?
Yeah,
like,
I had therapy. I took therapy for a little while. $150 a pop, killing me, this dude. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it was a reflection. And I kind of felt every time I went to his office, I was like, yo, dog, I'm paying you to talk to you and you ain't saying shit. You just sitting there looking at me like I'm crazy or some shit. But after a while, he assessed. And then he just hit me like, boom. So, okay. So it led all the way up to a self-reflection. And then after the self-reflection, it comes you. As a human, you got to sit back and think about, okay, I do have this kind of nervous tick. I am a little stubborn. I do have to let go certain things I have in my luggage in your mind, things that no longer, that you shouldn't be worried about. Everything will be all right. You know what I mean? Basically, at the end of the whole thing, he was saying, you're doing good for yourself, and just don't pay no mind. It doesn't, if it doesn't bother you, it doesn't hit you physically, it shouldn't be no problem to you.
And also, now just kind of switching into the music, right? You were really instrumental in bringing a lot of the guys together, right? Like Capadonna, everybody, Raekwon. I mean, you had really, really tight relationships with people, almost like a little bit more so behind the scenes, putting people together. Like, just kind of talk about that a little bit in your relationships with.
I am what you so-called, I was a street ambassador. In other words, I was always around all the hoodlums and all the gangsters and all those. I love those people, and the people love me. And sometimes it worked out for me, and then sometimes it didn't work out for me. Because if you had beef with somebody that I knew and you was cool, and I was cool with both of y'all, it was kind of a messed up situation. You know what I mean? Because I try to get y'all not to do something, y'all still wind up getting it on anyway. You know what I'm saying? So then they be like, you gotta pick a side. I'm like, nah, I can't pick a side. Yes, then fuck you. I ain't fucking with you neither. It'd be that type of situation going on. But what was the question again?
No, I was just saying, as far as your just involvement with everybody within the group and trying and bringing everybody together.
Then that enabled me to mess with everybody and get to know everybody's characteristics. You know what I'm saying? Because we all basically grew up in the same hood together. Like me, Ray, Deck, Meth, and Kappa. We from Park Hill. We from the Hill. Ghost and RZA from Stapleton. They were Stapleton dudes. But even though RZA was moving back and forth, he's a little Park. He had a little Park Hill in him, but he wasn't really Hill. He's like more Stapleton. You know what I mean? So that allowed me to stay on top of certain dude. Like Ray, he was just more worried about hustling and surviving because at the time, we wasn't making no money. And we was in the streets hard, so he was more or less getting sucked up into that more, and leaving his pen alone. He wasn't writing no more. So I just got on him like, yo, come on, G, yo, don't never put the pen down. I was always telling dudes, don't never put the pen down, never put the pen down. Yeah, that's basically that's what I love to do. I'm a team player, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. I like to help brothers along in the same when you have a team, you sometimes gotta coach dudes, you know what I mean? Because when you see one of the players slack off, you gotta be like, yo, come on. We still got this. We still got a good ending. You might be able to win the final championship ring if you just apply yourself a little bit more. You know what I mean?
Do you wish that you got more recognition for that, for being more so of a team player?
I'm not a recognition type dude, man. You know what I mean? I'm behind the scene. I'm not with all that. See, fame is a weird situation because the more famous you get, the lesser freedom you have. You can't walk the streets. You can't eat. So, you can't have no more privacy no more. So I like my life. I'm still able to walk the streets. I don't have to get bombarded with a bunch of weird people just hitting me. Oh, yeah, let me get this, Papa. I get it occasionally, but not like my other brothers. Some of my brothers can't even, like Meth can't even, I can't even stand next to him and get on my damn nerves, That's like my cousin. It's like when he's in the mall, I can't even go shopping with this dude. I'm like, yo, you know what? I'm out of here, bro. I'll see you later. And he gets swarmed and mobbed and pictures and all that. By the time he done what he doing, I'm already back in the room already. Like, yo, I'm happy,
So what was that? What was that time like when you guys were coming up from literally just kind of people who, you were just in your neighborhood and you guys were just rapping, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom, overnight, you guys are.
It wasn't overnight, bro.
Okay, talk about that. Yeah,
if maybe to y'all it was over tonight.
Well, I was one, so I don't really know.
Yeah,
but for everybody else, yeah.
But to us, it was like a year and change on the road. I mean, it was rough because the road we did a lot of promotion. We was all riding around in this one van. We wasn't taking no showers. We was stinking up the van with weed and armpit smell. It was that van, you know what I mean? And had like 2 pair of drawers and 2 pair of socks and 2 pair whatever. We just out there hard and riding up and down the East Coast. We went all the way from Rhode Island all the way down to Florida. Every town. Hit every town. Then we did the same thing on the West Coast. Then we did the same thing in the Midwest. So basically we had to comb the whole United States, shaking hands, kissing babies, and promoting that Wu-Tang sound.
So what did you guys do to promote yourself? I mean, because these days you can just kind of throw something up on the internet and you can throw a couple dollars behind a digital ad. Like
internet, that's like 20%. You still got to get out there and beat your feet. You know what I mean? You still got to get out there and show your face and go to these towns. You know what I mean?
But do you think it was easier since you guys had like 9 guys within your crew? Like
it's even more. It's even more work. It's even more crazy because, some dudes is late. Some dudes don't want to get out of bed. We got a schedule to keep. Ghost taking his damn time. You know what I mean? He's 2 hours late. He upstairs in the room don't want to come out. Come to find out later on he had diabetes. He was going through it mentally. We didn't know what was going on with him. So certain things, man. You know what I mean? So in Dirty Wild Out, can't even find Dirty. Dirty done left already. He wound up in the town before he even get there. Like, how the fuck you get here, bro? Like, fucking dude, man. Yeah. That's how dirty was, you know.
So, you know, coming together, like how did the music industry look then? You know, like how did they kind of sell, or I guess, you know, your label situation and all that stuff. Like how did the music industry look for you guys? Was it like that final break for you, or was it just like?
Well, we had put out Protect Your Neck. And Ralph McDaniels and all those peoples and Red Alert and Kid Capri, they was on the underground spinning our stuff, and it was a buzz going on with it. I mean, and Steve Rifkin from RCA, whatever, he had a little office up in RCA. He's the first one that signed us, and he took a chance on us. You know what I mean? And we had marketing money behind us, and we looked at it like, you know, these dudes are spending money on us. We can't let them down, and that's basically, you know, it's a business. So the more you show that you're a working force, the more money they will spend on you. That's how it is. You know what I mean? With anything, it's an investment. If we wasn't on time for you know, for MTV and all this other stuff and all these other things, they would just push us to the side. You know what I mean? No matter what kind of record we had. So we showed that we was you know, workers. We was workers, man. You know.
But was it hard as far as like financially trying to split all of that money between?
There was no money at first. We was just, you know, we was just doing promotion. We had per diems every day. We get $50 a day to eat. You got your room, you got your hotel room paid for. You know, you eating every day, and breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and that's promotion. I mean, and you just run around shaking hands, kissing babies, and doing college radio and late shows at nighttime, promoting only 15 people in the crowd, 10 people in the crowd. You know, promotion was like that. That's how promotion is. And then when the record drops, boom, more people come out after that. It's a process. You know what I mean?
But wouldn't you be, in my opinion, you know, if I'm not getting any money, you know, up front, like I would be tempted to just kind of go back to a life that was providing for me financially. Like, did you ever just have like one foot in and one foot out, or was there any of the guys?
Nah, we was gone, man. We was gone. It was no turning back. And we applied all our focus and all our energy into what we was doing, and it turned out right. You know what I mean? We knew it was going to turn out right when we dropped Cream. After we dropped Cream, you know what I mean? Because, you know, RZA told me straight up and down, said, just give me a year of your life. He said, yo, just give me a year, man. After the year's over, if it don't nothing pop off, you can go back doing what you were doing. So I was like, all right, let's go. You know what I mean? So we dropped records, and then when we dropped Cream, we was out of here ever since then, you know what I'm saying? We had SWVs, the Jodeci's, and other records and platinum records. You know, we just kept dropping more and more records, and that was it, man. Life was over.
Yeah, and you also said that you really kind of like struggled coming out, like as far as writing wise, right? Like just trying to find your voice with everybody. Like kind of talk about that process of, you know, your songwriting.
Well, like when I came home, you know, out of my incarceration, I kept getting locked up in violations, because I was crazy. You know what I mean? I was still trying to, you know, do the street thing and, you know, trying to survive and all that. But then I had lost my rhythm, because you ain't got no beats in jail. You know, you ain't got none of the, you know, to spar with, because the more you exercise as your craft, the better you get. So when I came home, you know, I was rusty. And I was in the booth trying to put my rhymes down, and Dirty, there you go Dirty again. He always be like, get the fuck out the booth, that shit was whack, motherfucker. Yeah, he constantly, but I came back though. That's one thing about me. I'm like one of those dudes. You got to kill me, man, because I'm gonna keep coming back and back and back. So I came back like 15 times. I got kicked out of the booth. Dirty kept, motherfucker, that shit was whack. You know. So every time I just kept coming back. And then on my 16th try, you know what I mean, I came and went to Ward's verse, and I kind of like, you know, started getting a little bit more loose. You know what I mean? And I started doing. After that I just kept getting better and better and better. So, you know, my focus started going up. It went from a 20% focus to like a 70%. I mean, then once I didn't have to worry about things financially no more, then it graduated to 100% focus.
Yeah. And there was a point that you actually like almost got kicked out of the group or something. They wanted to kick you out because I guess maybe you weren't catching on in the booth as quick or something like that. Was that?
I don't know. This is scuba doobla blue blah. I don't know what them motherfuckers was saying. You know, dudes be saying shit. I wish a motherfucker would. I told him, you to kicking me out, man. I've been shooting up all your goddamn venues. And y'all wouldn't be able to do no rap shit without me. They know I'm crazy like that too.
Yeah, totally. And also just kind of going, you know, sticking with the Wu-Tang theme. You guys aren't necessarily able to use like the logo or something like that? Is that
Well, Mathematics drew the logo, and he did some school live with the paperwork. Who knows? And years and years go by. You don't pay attention. You doing the thing. You running around being celebrity, yada yada.
as far as like the business wise, like
you're not really paying attention to the business stuff. So then when you start getting into the business stuff and you start seeing certain things, you learn certain things. Like, oh, okay, the logo is, we're gonna fix that though. You know what I mean? I'm not saying, we can never use it, but we got to go through some channels to figure out how can we use it and which aspect we can use it. You know what I'm saying? In a business sense, because I'm not just going to use the logo just to put it on a hat. You know what I mean? Say suppose I want an entity, I want to use the logo, and I got to sit down and say, okay, I'm gonna kick up to the top brothers, and but I'm still getting my percentage off of whatever I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And it's a business. Just like McDonald's, you got to get the golden arches. You got to pay money for those golden arches. They worth money.
And speaking of the business, like what kind of goes on behind the scenes of the music industry that a lot of fans or just casual listeners don't really know about? Like what were some things that you just kind of saw and you were like, yo, I don't really know if that's not right, or just kind of maybe some misconceptions of the music industry and stuff that you saw firsthand.
Misconceptions?
Yeah. Business wise,
this is business. There's no misconception. Everybody think it's, it's a day. Every day is a party in the room, or it's, groupies lying out there. Man, we be in spots lonely as a motherfucker, man. We be out in West Bubble fuck somewhere in Paris, in the hills somewhere, in a nice hotel. And like one time we was in Venice. Beautiful, beautiful town on water. Me and Meth we was out like 3:00 in the morning looking for a gyro. And that got created because they got crazy gyros out there. They got the gyro spot. So we get something to eat. And we just looked around like, man, I wish we had you wish we had my girl with you. I wish I had my little boo with me. He said, yeah, I wish I had my wife with me too. You know what I mean? And it's like that. It's just like basically it's work, man. After a while it becomes work. See how Elton John, he said he tired. He don't want to get on no more. He don't want to travel no more. He tired of this shit. And that's just how it is, man. This is a traveling job, man.
I mean, at one point, did you ever just decide like, yo, like forget music, I'm gonna try to hop into something else, or like what?
Oh, that's what I wrote. That's why I'm writing books.
Yeah.
I gotta do. It's getting to a point. I can do the music still, but I gotta branch off and do other things. And I just chose to start writing.
Sound like me. Maybe you and I we could collab on a nice little article at some point. I also you talk about becoming a father at a super young age, right? At the age of 19.
Yeah, I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Yeah, talk about that. Like what did you learn super quick? As soon as your child was born. Like
the thing I learned that kids are for married people. Don't have no children. Don't have no children unless you're getting married, man. That shit is straight up and down. That's as far as real as I can keep it. I mean, babies are not to be played with. They're for married couples. You have children, you got to sit down and marry the woman, and y'all got to have it out and hatch it out and figure it out. You know what I mean?
How long did it take you to like come to that realization?
It took me a long time to realize that, bro. You know what I mean? And yeah, I wish I could do it over again. If I could do it over again, I probably would have got married a little earlier in my age and just said, you know what, this is it. Dick on the shelf. That's it. It's over. It's over.
But you also in the book, I mean, you talk about that, that's not a lot of, urban youth don't really know about, as far as not knowing that, you're not supposed to have a kid early. And, talk about just kind of like the miseducation, if you will, that goes on.
Well, it's not even a miseducation. You're young, you're slinging your slang around, you're getting broads, you're trying to run around, you're young, you're getting sex and stuff like that, and accident happens, bing. And then next thing you know, she's having it. Because some women don't believe in abortions. It's sacred to their body, whatever. Then all of a sudden you stuck. You don't know what to do. You with a girl, you got a baby by a woman that you might not even be in love with. It might have just been a casual fling, ding-a-ling type thing. You know what I mean? And it just happens, man. So, like I said, just be careful, man.
And you also, what was it? You grew up as a 5%er, right? Does that I guess those values What kind of are those values, and just kind of break that down, and what being a 5%er is and all that stuff.
Yeah, we don't eat pork. We don't we deal with civilized, trying to be a civilized human being. It's a mental thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a self-esteem thing for black kids, man, because it deals with our history, how we got here as slaves 400 years ago. You know, how we was tricked on certain situations, stripped of our last name. Your last name is not really your last name, and my last name is not really our last names. And you could be my cousin. You don't even know you might be my cousin. You know what I mean? So that's just what it is, man. And knowing this at a young age, it gives you a kind of understanding what you up against in the world. You know what I mean? And it not necessarily, to me, it gave me better self-esteem. I mean, everything was a self-esteem booster. You know what I mean? And some kids need that. You know what I mean? A lot of kids need that because a lot of them self-esteem is in the toilet. It's just what it is.
Yeah. And you came to that realization. Did you come to that realization while you were in jail?
I was way before. I was doing that when I was 15 years old, 14, 15 years old. Because my whole community was 5%ers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These dudes was crazy. You know what I mean? You couldn't even come outside. Like I said, man, I grew up in a different time. You couldn't even come outside the house for certain things, man, without getting beat up. And if you did, you just better, it taught me a lot, man. It taught me about these, not this. Nowadays, it seems like kids is quick to go run get some guns, man. I mean, then when you in jail, ain't got no gun, you a pussy because you can't even use these now because you got to use these in there.
Yeah. What was life in jail like for you, especially being super young when you were going to jail? What was that experience like? And then
it's Rikers Island, man. New York City is got one of the toughest jails in the world almost. It's one of the toughest jails. I'm not saying it's a motherfucker, but Rikers Island is a motherfucker, man. Serious up in there. But I was growing up, man. You get cut for using the phone in the wrong time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's an interesting part in the book. You talk about having to do talk about that.
They had segregated phones.
Yeah.
You had a black phone, you had a Puerto Rican phone, Spanish phone. You can't touch the Spanish phone unless you're Spanish. And Spanish can't touch the fucking black phones unless you're black. You know what I mean? But like I said, I'm the ambassador. I was able to touch both phones. You know what I'm saying? Because my mans, I'm cool with everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Puerto Rican dudes, Latino community. Dudes might come to me, yo, you go out, I need some cigarettes. Give them some cigarettes, boom. Next thing you know, yo, I got phone time from this amount of time. I say, all right, I don't need that, Papa, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I am, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I was in back in those days. And when I was growing up, you know what I mean? It's segregated. The jails were segregated like that. And you had to be careful how certain things or how you move in there, because you will get cut. You will get stabbed over some dumb shit. Over the TV, too. Don't touch the TV when Telemundo's on if you're in Puerto Rican house. Serious. You come up in the house and it's all Latinos, don't touch the TV if Telemundo's on that motherfucker. You would get stabbed. That's how it was. You know what I mean?
And so, you're in jail, and then you finally, you're able to make it out. And then is it like, yo, music this is all I have left? Because at that time you can't, when you have a felony on your your record, you can't get a job. You can't, so.
Well, it's ways to get jobs, you know what I mean? But during, like right now, I probably wouldn't be able to figure out certain things that I know now. You know what I mean? You can get a trucker's license. You can get certain things, being ex-con and all that. And you can't get no city jobs and all that, but there's ways you can hustle and you can make a good living. You know what I mean? If you're smart like that. But I was going to school, for business management, and I got tired of that because that was so boring. It was just couldn't keep my attention. So I was going to get ready to go to school, LaGuardia. It's a school in New York, Queens, New York, and I was going for embalming. And right before I was getting ready to get transferred, I got locked up, incarcerated. You know what I'm saying? But what was the question again?
No, I was just saying, when you come out of jail, what's your mindset? Is it music or nothing, or is it I gotta start my own business?
My mindset was trying to survive again, and then I didn't want to get locked up no more. But then I had the option to do this music stuff because I was planting the seeds with my brothers for many years anyway. You know what I mean? So once I planted those seeds, and we knew we was going in that direction. Of course, he came in, RZA came and got one of his number one soldiers, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a thorough street soldier. I mean, you give me a job, any type of job, man, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna do it all the way through, immaculate. That's what I'm known for. You know what I'm saying? I'm known for doing good work, and if you hire me to do anything, you best believe it's gonna get done on a professional level. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna do it the best I can. And if I can't figure it out, I'm gonna find somebody else who's gonna teach me. We gonna figure it out.
And so, what did you learn, or what were you able to take from your experiences as somebody who was in an impoverished neighborhood, and then also from jail, and then how were you able to kind of parlay that into navigating the music industry?
Well, beyond all that stuff you're talking about, to me that's kind of negative, but beyond all that, those layers, work ethic is incredible. That's how it always was. I always had to get up, even when I was in the streets doing what I was doing. I had to get up 6 o'clock in the morning, every morning. I mean, and every morning getting up 6 o'clock all the way to about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, just to get that rush, that money rush. You know what I'm saying? So that was inbred in me very young. I mean, I always was just getting up. Nobody ain't wake me up. I ain't had nobody, get up, time to get up. No, I had to get up on my own. And that was enforced in me early. And work ethic carries over in everything you do. I don't care if you're doing something illegal, legal, whatever you're doing in the world, your work ethic is going to determine how much money you're going to make, where you're going to be at, and how successful you're going to be in your craft.
And so, kind of talking about that as well. I mean, how did you change, that mindset going from something that was so negative to something that was so positive? Was it, just the natural progression of just becoming a man and, having a child and all that stuff? Or was it just, a certain event in particular? Like, how did you really just kind of change your mindset and transform yourself from somebody who was supposed to be a statistic and sitting here now in front of everybody,
I did not want to do that for my whole life, man. I was in school. I was in college, man. I was trying to leave that shit alone, man. I was tired, man. And it was easy for me to do it once we got away from that negative area and that negative part of my life. You know what I mean? Once we got away from that stuff, it was easy, man. Because like you said, I had responsibilities. I had a lot of things on my mind and a lot of things I had to handle, So you just make that transition. And once you got another avenue to go out, you go that way. That's the problem. A lot of kids in the streets, they don't really have that avenue to know where to get out. You know what I mean? To go somewhere else. And, and they get stuck where they at. And next thing you know, they become a statistic.
And so how have you been able to just kind of give back to other kids as well and, giving that advice to other kids? Like what kind of help are you giving back to the community?
I haven't, the community I grew up in, we try to get back to the community, man. It was terrible, man. We went back there, we did some things, and we had through a little gathering. Old lady tripped over a wire, sued us for $150,000 and shit. He was like, you know what? I ain't giving back shit no more. Fuck these motherfuckers. For real. Because you try to get back, they tear you down, man. So now, I tell my sons all the time that y'all the ones I'm giving to. I'm going to give the jewelry to. I'm going to give everything that I know I'm going to give to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all my Rolls Royces and my fucking Mercedes Benzes and all that. Y'all got to handle this. You know what I mean? So that's it, man, as far as I'm giving back, man. I ain't, unless you show me something different where I can see some potential in some kids or something like that, then I might, decide to get back to that. But other than that, nah.
Yeah. So, now that it's been, 25 years and you guys are still able to travel off the music and all that stuff, like what does that say about your impact, as the Wu-Tang Clan and as you, God, personally, how do you feel about that impact that you're having? Your career is as old as I am, like the longevity with that. What does that mean to you?
Well, we have a crazy, dysfunctional hip hop family. It's like having a drunk uncle who's always drunk. A cousin who knows everything, a cousin who don't want to listen, a cousin who, it's just a family. That's our family, man. And we was able to do this for this long based on our family structure, because all of us have roots together and came from the same hood. You know what I'm saying? So being together for 20-something years, it's a beautiful thing, man. Because you got some groups who've been, 4 people in the group. Even them broke up already. You know what I'm saying? And we still here. You know what I mean? And we just got deep roots together, man. And it's like I said, it's a family thing, man.
Yeah. And in what place do you think, in your opinion, does the Wu-Tang Clan have in history? In history and in the music business and in hip hop, what type of influence or what type of history does Wu-Tang have, in your opinion?
I personally, man, I can't tell you that. Y'all gonna have to tell us that, because I'm not the type of person to say, well, we did this and we did that. Yeah. Y'all gonna have to sit back and say, you know what? The Wu did this, that, that, and the other. And then we gonna take a bow, like, thank you very much. You know what I'm saying? Because, we don't have time to think about the things, we do. We just keep going. And then at the end of the day, when we old, we can't run around. I got 2 little marbles running around in my head somewhere. Then they gonna be like, then you can give me, there you tell us what we did. You know what I mean? So.
Is there a time, do you think, that we're going to be able to see a 35th year anniversary show, or maybe a 30th year anniversary show? Is that in the works?
I'm trying to stay in shape, baby. You see me over here. I'm trying to keep it together, you know what I'm saying? So, I be in the gym, I be doing my thing, old man strength, man. Like I said, man,
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys. Thank you so much. We're going to open it up for Q&A. So if you have any questions or answers, I guess you guys can just kind of line up at the microphones.
You got questions?
Yeah, whoever has questions, just line up at the microphone for us.
I didn't even see you over there, my lady.
Yeah, she was working. She was working the whole time.
I know. I didn't even know she was doing the signals. Oh, that's awesome. I always wanted that right there. That's bucket list number 37. That's right. All right. That should perk my cheeks up right there.
Thanks, Ogden, and thank you, God, for coming to Austin. I'm interested to know with the pharma executive.
Hold on. I know you from some motherfucking way. Where I know you from?
I don't know.
Your face look familiar. You slippery. I know you.
I've been at some Wu-Tang shows for like 20 years. So.
That's what I'm saying. I know you from somewhere. Yeah, hit me. What'd you say?
All right, so the pharma executive who bought Once Upon a Time in Shaolin is now getting locked up for 7 years. The government's talking about valuing it to see how they can recoup the money. I just want to know what you think should happen with it. Should it go to like something where the public can enjoy it, or should it go to another private person? Do you even care?
I guess, what the thing it is, man? The Fed's been trying to get us to sit down with those motherfuckers for years, and they finally sucked us in. Mueller and Jeff trying to get us, man. They've been trying. They like, yo, man, you just, I'm like, I don't know. The whole situation is just weird how it got over there. It got out of control. I wish Leonardo DiCaprio would have just bought the shit.
Right. Does it bum you out that y'all
and we would have been I wouldn't have been doing this right now. Yeah, wouldn't have to. Damn, man. It's, I don't know what to say about that one, B. And hopefully, I just learned about art and museums and stuff like that. It's more valuable when it's an art piece, and maybe they might recoup some of that bread. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's a weird situation with that Scarelli thing.
Did you ever meet that dude?
Nah. He popping shit from all the way over there. I'm serious. He all the way over there talking mad shit. I'm like, word. Then he had a clause in the contract that if we get our hands on it, we get it back. This motherfucker ninja, you can't find this motherfucker. then he getting arrested. He in the can. What the fuck, man? He got 7 years. He a little privileged little dude. He gonna learn something in there though.
Yeah, you guys got any people on the inside waiting to talk to him?
I ain't gonna talk about that.
All right. Thank you.
But trust me, if I wanted to, he in PC anyway. He gonna be protective custody anyway. He ain't going to population. Population is for those real motherfuckers. PCs for those little dainty, little soft lotion wearing motherfuckers. He's a lotion wearing motherfucker.
You guys, thanks a lot. It's great to be here. I have two questions.
Sir.
I have 2 questions about creativity.
Yes.
One is, how did you guys make decisions in Wu-Tang Clan when you were making the albums?
Well, it was based on the caliber and your rhyme. If your rhyme fit, that's where your shit landed at. You know what I mean? That's why I was saying I got kicked out of the booth 16 times, 15 times. And then on my 16th try, I landed in that slot. Because that's basically what you got to do. You have to put your best on there. And it's an awakening. You know what I mean? It's an awakening. It's an ego, it erases your ego and all that. Because if it ain't good enough, you got to take it on the chin. Like, you ain't good, you come back better.
So would it come down to a vote between the members, or Are other people in
No,
the room at the
you just
time,
feel
or-
it. You just feel it.
Yeah,
It's like
okay.
it feels good, you know. Like I could have never got on Cream, you know what I mean? Deck and Ray just they devoured that, and it was like, you know what? That's them. That's how you do it, you know. You just know when it fits, you know what I mean. Now, you know, as we got older, we need to go back to that same philosophy how we used to do it, you know what I mean. And right now, I kind of got a little bit looser, and I be complaining and stuff like that, but it falls on deaf ears sometimes, you know.
All right, my next question, as best you can, as detailed as you can, what is the relationship between creativity and marijuana?
You know what?
That's
That
a
is
good question.
that is a crazy question because when you smoke weed, you know, this is my office, by the way. And when my office is all full with crazy clutter, you can't really work. And it's like sometimes when you smoke weed, you go up in your office even harder for some apparent reason. You be up in there, you know. But you ain't smoking, you know. Like right now, I'm sober. I ain't smoke. I ain't drink. So, you know, I'm more like cool and stuff. But when I smoke weed, I just go in the zone. Like I don't know, it just you go more into your head, into your skull, and you just get deep thoughts. And it's crazy because I had wrote an album sober, and I had wrote one, you know, high, you know, marijuana. I don't only smoke marijuana and drink, you know, it's a little bourbon and a little Hennessy. That's as far as I go. But I noticed the one I did Dopium. That was a sober record. I ain't smoke, I ain't drink, I ain't do nothing. I just wrote. It was cool. But for some apparent reason, when I did Keynote Speaker and I did the other ones, I'm high. I don't know. It just went a little bit more deeper, or more abstract to me. I don't know. There's something weird about that. It's need to prove that in science or some shit. I don't know, man. That's a good one though.
I got a lot more questions, but okay, go for it.
Whew. Give thanks.
Well, I'm Dread.
Yes, my heart is just pounding right now. It's really an honor to be speaking with you, you God, and really stoked to be here and have some insight into your experience. And wow, it's just really stoked. And my question is about that team, that family, and how, you know, in that early stages of the baby band, how you can really find the people that you trust and that you can really make it with in the long term. And yeah, like what are the signs, and how did you find that team, not only on the musical level but also on the business, like your booking agent, your PR, your manager. I know in our experience we've had some flakes, so I'm just wondering, you know.
Well, we had the benefit of growing up with each other first.
Yeah.
Like really growing up with each other. You know, I can recall things I did with Ray that I ain't do with Meth. The things I did with Meth that I ain't do with Ray. Things I did with Deck that I ain't do with nobody else. You know, things I did with Kappa that, you know, we don't even talk about no more. You know what I'm saying? But in all that and all, we had that foundation of knowing each other. Now, as far as finding good people, you know, management and all that craziness, very hard. Good producers and good music makers, very hard. That is one of the main reasons why a lot of groups break up. Because to find a good, genuine person that's for you is like a lottery number sometimes. You know what I mean? And sometimes God brings them to you. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to call them, God, or whatever you want to call them, that mystical force that governs the universe. It brings it to you. And if the person is a good worker and he's for your band, then he's good. You know what I'm saying? But if he's trying to capitalize on what you doing and be the one that's rich and leave y'all broke, kick him to the curb, man. You know what I'm saying? And you keep moving until you find that one person. Because they out there. It's good, wholesome people that actually manage, actually about their business and actually want the best for you. And if you find that person, stick with them. You're gonna go through hell, because me and my manager, he drives me fucking crazy. He bends me ways that I ain't even think I was gonna submit to. Like, motherfucker, I ain't doing that shit. Next thing you know, I'm doing this shit. Like, how the fuck I do this shit? But at the same time, I'm glad I did it, because he know how to get me going and get me going. You know what I'm saying? So it took me a while to get some decent management too, man. Because at the time, I was probably like, I'm in the group, But as far as individual wise, everybody in the group had managers except me, Deck, and Master Killer. So, you know, Ghost had his own manager, Meth has his own manager, RZA has a manager, you know, so internally we have our own management, you know what I'm saying? But at one time we had one manager that managed all of us. And we went through the same things he was going through. You know, he was doing a little sucker shit. And I had to put up with his little sucker shit. And he got punched in the face a couple of times too. You know, that's where we from, you know. We feel violated, we gonna get punched in the face. That's when I was younger days, you know what I'm saying? Those are those younger days. But as we got older, you know, and it's funny you say that the laws of the universe took him away from the circle. And I was able to meet someone who was genuine. And here I am to this day right now. He helped me put together my book. He got me on tours. He's doing my thing for me, you know, help me with my records and tell me what not to rhyme to and what to rhyme to. Like, you sound good with this. And, you know, giving me honest opinions about my craft. And that's all artists really ever ask for. Honesty and somebody in their corner that like a cut man. You know what I'm saying? I'm in your corner, call me your cut man. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you're looking for, man. And
honest.
just take your time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Take your time with it. Don't be afraid to fire motherfuckers neither. You know, you give motherfuckers, you know, the benefit of the doubt. Like, yo, I'm gonna give you a 2-year period to see your waters, to see how you rocking. You fuck up, you gone.
Yeah, that's exactly what we just did, actually. We gave him a time frame and just did no real work, you know, and just was kind of mooching and all these empty promises. But regardless of all that, you know, when you let go, there's going to make space for the right person.
That's
yeah?
right.
Yeah.
That's right. But long as you see that moochery stuff, because that's what they do. Because a lot of dudes suck off your venom, suck the venom out of you, and not really adding on to what you're doing. And that's when you're going to know you got a good guy, because he's going to be able to add on to what you have. You know what I mean? You got a logo, he comes back with make it spanky, you know, make it more better. Like, ooh, I like this dude. Then next you know, you come with a song, I got a producer to come together, he making your song way more hotter. Like, ooh, like, this is the motherfucker we've been waiting for. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That enhances what you're doing. And that's how you know you got a dope manager, a dope dude in your circle.
Excellent, yeah. It's always good to have family, too. I'm playing music with my brother, so we know that's solid and that's not going anywhere. And then now it's just building on that team again.
That's right.
Solid.
That's it. You got to just, once you build on that team, you good, baby. You good. But don't be afraid to kick them niggas to the curb. Those sucker-ass motherfuckers. You kick them to the curb. Easy.
And we have just a couple minutes left, so we're going to just 2 minutes. Okay, yeah, literally 2 minutes left.
Real quick question, man. Sorry. When you put out an album, do you listen to yourself, or do you just believe in the work that you've just done?
I listen to my stuff to the point I can't take it no more. You know, I sit there, I do it. I listen to it for about good maybe 2 days. I can't take it no more. You know, then I hear it later on when the product is done. I listen to it some more, you know, so I can get it, so I can memorize it and all that. So I can get it in my heart. Then I'm good. You know, and I move on from there.
Thank you.
Okay. Hi, I'm from South Africa, and I just wanted to say a quick one.
Yes.
Thank you very much for what you've given to us, right? All the way from back home. You know, music connects all of us, and the Wu-Tang is everything to us. Thank you.
You know what, man? I still haven't been to Africa yet. Impressive.
It was a nice little plug right there.
That
was smooth.
What's up, big
no
man?
question.
Hey, what's up, man? I just want to say I really enjoy what you guys have been doing for all these years in the music industry. And I noticed that, you know, lately they had a movie about Tupac, and will you guys be doing any type of movie? I don't know. I was hoping you guys would.
Well, you know, we're going to see, man.
You're gonna see.
You know, it's always a tug of war. Right. You know, dudes want to do movies, you know, it got to be right, man. I mean, right. I don't want it to be a fluke.
Right.
You know, I don't want it to be a whack flick, you know, or just some corny shit. 'Cause, I got to do a movie. Nah, B. It got to, you know, it got to be good. You got to have a good producer. You know what I mean? Somebody knows what they doing. and make it pop, man, because it's gonna be here when we gone, and it has to stand the test of
That's what
time.
I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, you guys are one of the legendary groups, and so you know, kind of like maybe for the record or something for later generations. Maybe
Yeah.
they could. But
And we're out of time. Did you have a question?
Yeah.
No, okay, like 30 seconds.
So like samurai culture, Japanese culture, killer bees, chess, how did those things kind of bloom into your creative process? And they were meaningful for your viewers or your listeners, but did they also have meaning like in between you guys in the
Of
group?
course, you know, samurais, we love the discipline, you know. We love the culture of Asian culture, of mastery of your craft and being the best that you can be. And visiting dudes play chess. I always get mad at that chess stuff because I'm like, yo, dog, I understand you want to play chess, but that ain't real life. He be thinking that you do the real life. No, you can't. Human beings are something totally different when it comes to chess. You know, so, but, you know, he likes to play chess and stuff like that. You got to think first before you move. You know, he loves that type of stuff.
Any other like crazy ODB story you can tell us that we
Oh, you
haven't
got
heard
to
yet?
Raw. You got to look in the Raw book.
All right.
I'm not going to give that
plug.
away, but
That was another great
it's
plug.
It's sitting there. My man. Oh, man, I wish he was still here, man, because it'd be way more entertaining. It's funny. You think I'm crazy.
What would he be doing if he were still alive?
I don't know. He was a crazy motherfucker, man. I'm going to let you know. He inspired me to be just, you know, more looser in my craft and stop being so. He used to call us robots. Y'all motherfuckers are robots. Y'all say y'all do. RZA say go this way, y'all go that fucking way. That's what the fuck y'all be doing. That's dirty. Dirty was he didn't give a fuck, man. He didn't care.
There are millions of people that want you guys to tour,
Yeah.
so please do that, okay?
We gonna try to figure it out. We gonna try to figure it out.
But for us,
We'll figure it out, man.
All right. They're like literally kicking us out. So thank you, you guys so much.
Yes, sir. Yo, thank y'all, man.
And he's gonna be signing his book. You know what? We're gonna figure out the location where he'll be signing his book. So please, you can ask any personal questions for him there. All right.